Welcome in, everybody. Merry Christmas! It is the NFL Weekly Preview, Week 16. Jeff Mans, along with Ray Flowers. Happy holiday. Merry Christmas, Ray Flowers.
Same to you, Jeff. And by the way, don't forget to say hi to Chewbacca back here. There's three of us. He's got a smile on his face now. Thank you.
There he goes. Very good. Ray Flowers, let's preview the championship week. I have a bunch of interesting... I don't know if you've noticed that. Have you been in any championship games this season, Ray Flowers?
I'm actually not. I got knocked out last week in the FSTA one. So yeah, I'm in some of the... I think I'm in the head-to-head one. I mean, I'm in the, that mix for that. But in terms of just a regular league, not a good year for me. Probably a better one for you because you are in at least one championship.
I'm in 4, and I don't legitimately have no idea. It's the worst teams I could ever remember taking to a championship game. No business starting some of these guys. It's ridiculous. I have like Kelvin Benjamin in every league, and at all 4 championship teams I have Kelvin Benjamin. Just random, and I don't have any shares of DeMarco Murray. I have no shares of Aaron Rodgers. Like no big name guys. I think the most high profile guy I have is AJ Green on one of those 4 teams. So pretty crazy to say.
And I was looking at my FSTA team, and it's like I've got Tom Brady. He's backed up by Eli Manning. It's a 14-team league, right? This is pretty good depth. I got DeMarco Murray. I had Brandon Marshall. Mike Wallace. I mean, I got all this talent, and I'm looking at my team. I'm like, it's better than the teams that are still playing. It didn't work out that way. Marshall got hurt, and things happened. But
if you look in that FSTA league, I finished like I had like 4-8 or 4-9 or whatever, and I had the 3rd most points in that league.
I think I had the most points.
Yes, well, probably. At least you made the playoffs with it. I was 4 damn wins. I had ODB riding in that league, too. All right, let's get to it. Give me a quarterback this week. Let's go head-to-head as we always do. I'll win 3, you'll win 1 as per usual. What's your quarterback?
Yeah, thanks. I'm going with a guy who I've seen play a lot of football, who I've put down for a lot of years, and who, let's face it, is not a great stat stuffer. But Alex Smith, the last 2 weeks, has thrown for 290 yards in each outing. He faces a Steelers team that allows the 6th most points to the quarterback. They're going to be without Taylor. They're going to be without Polamalu. They're really beat up.
But they're not. He doesn't throw any wide receivers.
I know.
He has no wide receivers. How do you give up points to quarterbacks without throwing a wide receiver? Albert Wilson, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he's the new answer, the diminutive wide receiver, Albert Wilson. I'm going to go, since you went way off the spectrum, I'll go off completely off. I'll go back onto the spectrum, the autism spectrum maybe here, and talk about Johnny Manziel. He's going to be I'll go head-to-head. I'll take Johnny Manziel over Alex Smith. I'm telling everybody this. I've been against Johnny Manziel from the get-go since Jump Street. I don't waver that long-term, but I'm telling you, he's bouncing back this week. He's going to have a good fantasy week.
It's not hard to bounce back. He threw for 12 yards last week.
I know. But this week he'll throw for like 211 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he'll run for like 40, 50 yards.
That's possible.
It's going to happen. He's still long-term a failure, miserable failure. But this week I think you're going to be okay. My running back this week, Ray, I'm going to go Pierre Thomas. I have a big feeling about him. He played nearly 65% of snaps for the Saints last week, even though Ingram got that late touchdown. People don't realize, in a high-scoring affair like this, I have a feeling Pierre Thomas is going to get a lot more work than Mark Ingram. Who's your running back?
I'm going to go Jonathan Stewart. D'Angelo Williams doesn't look like he's going to play that again. Well, yeah, but let's be fair to Jonathan Stewart, Jeff. I mean, 313 yards and a touchdown the last 3 weeks.
Being fair is not whipping out my junk and smacking the camera with it. That's being fair to Jonathan Stewart, because that's what I should do.
You'd probably break the camera if you did that, though.
I might.
I don't think the camera.
It would definitely leave a streak.
313 yards and a touchdown from Jonathan Stewart the last 3 games. Faces a Browns team that is really bad against the run. They've allowed 12 rushing touchdowns and about 138 yards a week on the ground. 2nd worst defense in football against the run. So I think the matchup, Jeff, is one that, hey, he's my RB2. It's sort of okay.
I feel like the elf in A Christmas Story. Hey, kid, the store's closing. Make up your mind. The one that handing Ralphie up to the Santa Claus. That's what my elf hat looks like here. Store's closing, kid. What do you want for Christmas? That's exactly what I look like.
Wow.
How about wide receiver, Ray Flowers?
Yeah. I'm going to go with a guy who's been a real disappointment this season, but has picked it up of late. It's Marquise Colston. First week of the season, these two teams met, the Falcons and the Saints. 5 catches for 110 yards for Colston. Colston's actually caught touchdown pass in 3 of the last 4 games. And in his last 3 home games, he's also got into the end zone. So I'll say, Colston there in a high-scoring game. He's my wideout. Jeff, who's your wideout?
My wideout, Sammy Watkins. Everything is better against the Oakland Raiders. I think Buffalo will be all right. They're going to get the win. Even though Oakland's won their last 2 games, I understand they still stink. Let's just not make any mistakes about that. I feel like Watkins has been struggling so much. Most fantasy people have forgotten about him by this point. I feel like he catches a touchdown this week against the Oakland Raiders. But speaking of those Oakland Raiders, Ray Flowers, my tight end, I'm going to stay with Oakland. And Michael Rivera is going to be my head-to-head tight end to beat that.
And beat that? That's it? Wow, that's
beat
good.
Michael Rivera. He can't even spell his damn name. I hate people that spell their name different.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Jeffs, Geof. Just come on. The one thing, can we just, as a society, future generations that are watching this on YouTube or whatever, whatever you're watching this in the year 2029, when me and Ray are long dead and gone, could you please just set a standard for names? If you name yourself Michael, it's Michael. That's it. There's no other variation. Stop spelling names differently. You know what I mean? Ray is an R-A-I or R-A-E. I hate just, we spell a name the way it's spelled. That's it. Stupid.
Well, my guy, Jeff, spells his name right. And
Good.
it's Charles Clay. Very simple name.
Very good. Good old
yeah.
Chuck Clay.
No, neither one of us chose Larry Donald. First time in probably 6
I know.
weeks,
That's the first time that this has happened. It's because he's
feel
fallen
kinda bad
completely
about
off the spectrum as well. All right, how about a sleeper for the week, Ray Flowers? Give us an underdog, any position, underdog player for Week 16, helping people close out championships.
Difficult matchup for the Chargers against the Niners. Phillip Rivers isn't at 100%, but we know Keenan Allen is out of the mix. He's not playing this week. I think Eddie Royal is a decent dart throw. If you look at the numbers, he's only scored 1 time in his last 8 games. He's only had 1 time in that time period where he's gone over 51 yards as a receiver. So the volume hasn't been there, the consistency hasn't been there, but I think they have to target him. And if I look at Floyd and Royal, given the games they play, I think Royal is much more likely to pick up some of the looks that we're going toward Allen.
I want what you're smoking with your Eddie Royal.
It's deep. It's deep. I don't like Eddie Royal. I'm just saying, I'm going deep.
I'm gonna go. You know what? Since you want crappy wide receiver, I will go crappy wide receiver too. Ray Flowers, unity, my brother, unity. I'm gonna go Hakeem Nicks, Indianapolis Colts. T.Y. Hilton at this point, he's not gonna play. The Colts really don't have anything to play for unless New England and Denver both completely, not just wet the bed, completely soak it and drench it. So I don't think that's going to happen. Indianapolis is going to play it safe with T.Y. Hilton. I don't think he plays. Reggie Wayne already is playing with a torn tricep. He's a non-factor. Dante Moncrief's the obvious start. But if you're looking for a miracle wide receiver to throw out there, Hakeem Nicks. Everybody, Hakeem Nicks is a guy that he caught a touchdown the other week. He's a guy that could factor in greatly here for the Indianapolis Colts and for fantasy owners in need of a wide receiver. How about a bust of the week, Ray?
Russell Wilson, I'm going with the big name here. Tough matchup against the Niners. If you look at Wilson's passing, 7 touchdown passes in 7 games. He hasn't thrown for 215 yards in 5 of his last 8 games, and his left tackle isn't going to be playing. Russell Wilson.
O'Connell.
Yep.
I will go. I'm following your lead, Ray. I will follow you onto the streets of Babylon, my friend.
Good choice.
I'm going Odell Beckham Jr. This guy has been red hot, on fire. You have to start him. I understand. That's fine. Lower your expectations. He's not going to carry you this week against the Rams. Eli Manning's going to be a travesty. It's going to be a turnover fest, I have a feeling. Beckham will still get, if you're in a PPR, you're going to be okay, 5-6 catches because that's all he throws to. But I think you'll be let down. Tip of the week, Ray Flowers, quickly.
Tip of the week, set your lineup and enjoy it. Don't worry about it. It's championship week.
Championship week. Denver Broncos offense, do not worry about it. They will bounce back in a big way in Week 16. For Ray Flowers, is Jeff Mans. Best of luck to everybody in Week 16.